What's up, gamers? This is NGG here with another video. This time it is on fathers in video games and the Nintendo Switch video games. I did this list once before, and I'll link the thing up there and down below in the list video. There will be another playlist with some fathers from Father's Day video that I did last year, but this time I want to talk about 10 different fathers or kind of similar or different gaming franchises from the last ones I mentioned. And I will talk a little bit about the game, but mostly about the father's roles in each game is what I'm going to be talking about. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Let's get into those games. Now, the first father I want to talk about is from It Takes Two. Now, It Takes Two, these parents are on the verge of divorce, and the father is kind of more of the in-home father. He plays with his daughter more, whereas the mom is the one that works from out of home a lot. So dad is trying to get mom to spend more time with her daughter, saying that it's not just on him for him to take care of her. And since they're on the verge of divorce, their daughter sees them fighting a lot and wishes for them to get better. She wishes on the book of love for them to not divorce and to stay together. And some hilarity ensues. And now this is definitely a multiplayer game, so you're working as both people. You cannot play this game as a solo game. Just so you are aware, this has to be played in multiplayer. And the father is definitely I played as the mom, and the dad doesn't have a lot of the good equipment, as you want to say. I know I played this with Monaco. I'm supposed to play it with my sister. I'll probably play the father this time around since I played the mother. Yeah, the father doesn't have much of the greatest equipment, but he does have a lot of stuff that he's doing in the game. And so it's definitely a game about working together with each of you and figuring out how to get through the puzzles together. And I enjoyed the story of the Book of Love, trying to get these two together, and all that jazz. The next game I have for you is Zelda, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Now, last time I did Bosphoramus, but this time the father in this game is named something different. Zelda's father in this game is named, and now I'm gonna butcher his name, Gipara, something like that. I'll put his name down below, who he is. But the father in this game definitely plays a bigger role. He is like host to like the Guardian secrets, and he's supposed to pass them down as the time goes, and he's the one hosting some of these festivals along that Zelda and Link participate in. And when his daughter goes missing, he definitely sends Link out to go find her. So definitely this game is an action adventure. Obviously you play mostly as Link, looking for Zelda, but Zelda's father definitely has a big role in this game. The next game I want to talk about is Warriors Orochi 4 Ultimate. Now this one, the father in this one is one we've already talked about in another game. It's Zeus, but Zeus also is here in this game as well. There are also a lot of these soldiers. Now I don't want to butcher a lot of these guys' names, but a lot of them have children as well. But this is basically where you guys are sent in through like this other world you're appeared in. All you people are appearing, and you're all sent to fight against each other to for Zeus's entertainment is what they say. But Zeus is actually not the one who set this up. So you're in this world, and you have these bracelets, and you're trying to fight Zeus, but Zeus is not the bad guy in this game. Zeus ends up joining your party to fight the bigger bad guy, which I'm not gonna spoil right now, but definitely Zeus is in this game as well. So It is a game about mythical gods. It's a Warriors game if you like Warrior style games. Eventually, I plan on doing a review on this one. I don't have one up yet on the channel, but if you like Warriors games, this one took me 70 hours to beat. So it is a very long game if you are interested. Definitely has multiplayer, but not cross progression multiplayer. So the second player is really not going to get too much characters or anything like that. So definitely a single player game. The next game I want to talk to you is actually two games. So we're going to talk about Albert Wesker. And now Wesker is the son to Jake from Resident Evil 6, but Albert Wesker does not appear in 6. He is in Resident Evil 5. So you find out about Jake in 6, but Albert Wesker is the main villain in 5, and he's turned himself into like this sub creature thing where he really is like going after everybody to try to kill them and stuff like that. And super hard villain, like moving matrix style villain, and he like needs like these injections every so often to keep that superhuman strength that he has. And I guess whatever virus he put into his body, his eyes glow red and all that stuff. So definitely a big part in Resident Evil 5, but obviously the father to Jake from Resident Evil 6. The next game I want to talk to you about is Attack on Titan 2. This is also another Musou type game, but not really, because you're battling titans. And in this one, we're going to talk about Rod, who is Historia's dad. Now, this is going to be very spoiler heavy for this episode. This is only in the Attack on Titan DLC. So if you have the regular Attack on Titan 2, you're not going to get this story, because this story is definitely on the expansion pass only. So the battle one only, and you're not going to get this one in this version. So in this version, you see Historia and her dad fighting over the Founding Titan's power. Rod wants Historia to kind of eat Eren so that she can get the Founding Titan's power back into the royal bloodline, because Historia apparently is from royal blood, and he wants the Founding Titan's power back that was stolen from them. And you see Historia struggling with it. She doesn't want to do it. Eren is kind of like doesn't want to have the memories that are attached to the Founding Titan. And eventually Historia kind of throws the syringe off her dad's hands and kind of is like, no, I'm not doing it. And Rod is so distraught because he thought that was his only chance to get the Founding Titan back into his family. He kind of licks the liquid from the syringe off the floor and becomes a Titan himself. And now it is up to him to try to eat Eren and try to get the Founding Titan's power back to his royal family. So not a great dad Rod is, but he's definitely a dad in Attack on Titan among other dads, but this is the only one I will talk about today. The next game I want to talk to you guys about is Demon Slayer Hinokami no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles. I probably butchered the crap out of that name. So in this one, we're going to talk about Tanjiro's dad. Now, you don't see Tanjiro's dad too much. You see more of Tanjiro's mom in the beginning, but Tanjiro's dad is in the kind of ending video sequences where you see that Tanjiro's dad is like dancing this kind of dance. Now, Tanjiro's dad was very sickly, and so for Tanjiro to see his dad kind of like dancing this like fiery dance and teaching it to his children, and it kind of made him stronger while he was doing the dance. And Tanjiro couldn't understand how his dad was so weak the whole time, and when he's doing that dance that he could be there for hours. And it was basically how his dad was just teaching him how to do this dance, just by like how to do these movements by just showing them dance without telling them that these were specific techniques to control their skills and stuff like that. And Tanjiro remembers it, but I don't think his siblings took notice, because they were younger when the crap hit the fan. But definitely Tanjiro's dad is in this one, and he is featured in a couple of cutscenes from this game. Then next one is the Cowabunga collection. Now we have Splinter, who is the dad of the Turtles. He is the adopted father of all the Ninja Turtles. If anybody is a Ninja Turtle fan, you know he's the adopted father. And now with this one, there are plenty of games. So the one I want to talk about a little bit more, which was one of my favorite games in this version, was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Radical Rescue. And in this one, you're like one of the brothers, and you're having to rescue everybody. So you're having to rescue all your other brothers, Splinter and April. And so this game, I really liked this version. I used the save state feature mostly. There was no rewind feature that I could think of in this version, but definitely the Ninja Turtle games are all here. So you have the Hyperzone Heist, you have the Fall of the Foot Clan, Turtles in Time, the Tournament Fighters. So you definitely get to play with Splinter in the fighting game as well. I believe in one of them. I didn't unlock him, but I believe he's there in one of the fighting games. But definitely you have Splinter as the adopted father, who's always telling you to go save April or save the city. The next game I have for you is the River City Girls Zero. Now with this one, we want to talk about Sabato. And Sabato is the dad to Ken's twin brother, or look-alike brother. So he's the head of the Yakuza in this game, and you are trying to take him down because they framed you and your friend for killing this girl and her dad. And he used his son Ken, or your look-alike double, to put that into motion. And you see a lot of scenes where the dad, like the Sabato, is telling Ken to do a lot of things. So both Ken and Sabato are the bad guys in this game, but for a lot of the time you're seeing Ken do all the grunt work, where Sabato is just sending him to do all the grunt work, since obviously he's the leader of the Yakuza. The next game I want to talk to you guys about is Final Fantasy VII. So now Final Fantasy VII is a really old game that was brought on back to the Switch, because it originally was supposed to be on a Nintendo console and then never came to the Nintendo console and went over to PlayStation. But they finally brought it over to the Nintendo in this twin pack here with the remastered. So we're just going to talk about Final Fantasy VII, and the father we want to talk about is Barret. So in the beginning of the game, you see that Barret is trying, is in like this kind of bar situation, and his daughter's there, and you see Tifa taking care of Barret's daughter as well. But Barret is definitely super loving dad when it comes to his daughter. You see her on his shoulder a lot. And if anybody knows about these Final Fantasy games, you know they are RPGs. This one specifically, because if you've only come into Final Fantasy since the remake, this one is a turn-based RPG. So Barret is a member of Team Avalanche, who is trying to take down the Shinra Corporation. He hires Cloud to do so, and you see them all in Midgard trying to take down the Shinra organization before they leave Midgard and try to take them down elsewhere. But definitely Barret is a big playable character in this game. Very muscular and very like, I'm gonna kick your ass kind of character. So in Final Fantasy 10, we have Tidus here, and his father, you don't really see his father because his father is in another world or has passed on, if I'm not mistaken. But you see stories about him in Tidus's memory about how he was trying to teach him how to play. I forget what kind of what game the Blitzball, I believe it was Blitzball in the game, and he's supposed to be a good Blitzball player, and his father was supposed to be better. You see his father's best friend come in, and his father's best friend is trying to be like a stepdad to you and try to make sure that you stay on the straight and narrow path for the most part. And but your character Tidus doesn't have fond memories of growing up with his father. He's super angry with him for most of the game. And yeah, so that's another father, not an amazing father, but definitely another father in the Final Fantasy universe. And so that was all the amazing dads I want to talk about today. I might try to shoot this video again next year and talk about 10 more amazing fathers. But if you have some amazing dads in video gaming franchises and you want to talk about, comment below and tell us who those dads are and how their stories were, as long as they're not spoilers, guys, and tell us about those dads below so we can give some honor to some dads in the gaming universe, especially the Nintendo Switch universe. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Happy gaming, guys. Bye.